Made a post very recently on LinkedIn that went crazy viral. And you were, I think, 7 years old at the time when you wrote to Lego, the company that makes the blocks that we all love and probably played with as kids. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that story and how that came to be?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it's something that like after it kind of blew up as of this morning, it was around like 8 million views,
Wow.
something crazy,
All
like
organic.
100%. Yeah. Just put together, found it in storage, still have a copy of it sort of sitting here. So
Hey,
there it
it's
is.
real.
Right. Yeah. There's a tangible thing there. Right. I've got the color copy in storage, like in a document protector and a binder still.
Wow.
That one's just for me for right now. So I've left that where it is, but I'm keeping this other one in my home office because it's a good reminder. But yeah, give a little bit of background on it. 7 years old, massive Lego fan. Have a couple older brothers and inherited some stuff from them in
Hmm.
the late '80s, early '90s. So going back a little bit of a ways. But I was super into it, right? I would keep catalogs, had a bunch of sets. Everything was like extremely well organized. So it wasn't just this letter that went in document protectors. Like I kept instructional booklets and stuff like that there too. I was a fun kid.
Wow.
Um, but I was really impressed with them around like 7 years old back in the mid '90s, and I was like, looking at the catalogs and what they had going on, I was like, I'd really like to be able to work with these guys, right? I love the stuff that they're doing. It's all super cool. If it's cool to play with them, it's probably even cooler to like help design them and work with the people who are doing it. So I wrote them a letter and I asked them for a job. Um, and they wrote me back right. And this is in the days where it's write a letter out by hand, put it in an envelope, mail it off, and just kind of wait and see what happens, right? So I remember doing that, being super excited and kind of thinking I probably won't hear anything. I mean, it's Lego, right?
Right.
They're huge. Even back then it was multinational corporation. But they did. They wrote me back from the offices in Connecticut, sent it all the way back to a military base we were living on in Germany. So, right. So this is a
Wow.
transatlantic communication. Yeah. And I kept it, right. And so you can look at that post on LinkedIn. It's kind of where I posted it out. It had a huge impact on me. There's a lot of content in there. I think that I kind of bring to the table today, and that's kind of stuck with me after 25 years
Right.
plus. But I mean, they gave like real practical advice, like about different education programs to look at, some of the skill sets maybe that would be necessary, other things to consider in terms of like general career progression.
Yeah. No, I really love that story because two biggest takeaways for me were one, a business that size took the time to write to a 7 year old kid and make him encouraged or encouraging him to pursue education, of course, which is important, but then also, take the time to like serve a customer really at the end of the day. Like the customer is the kid. Yes, the parent bought the Lego perhaps or, whatever, but like they still are helping serve their customer by writing you that letter.
Customer obsessed sort of mentality,
Yeah.
right? Never discounting somebody's interest or problem or saying like, I don't have time for that right now. There's always time, always.